Okay, folks, bear with me. I'm going to be checking my notes a little bit here, but the first 7 days, okay, your first 7 days from whenever you hit this module here, we're going to be working on overcoming, before we even get started, the 7 most common mistakes with rope flow, because that's where this whole thing starts. We're bringing everything back. We are system mechanics, working on that spinal engine and that brain, that neurological engine, interconnected, okay? So, first one, you can either work on this over the 7 days, one step at a time, or you can look at all 7 and try to work on them each of the 7 days. But I want you to spend 7 days. Spend the time, get it down. What we can do here, so number 1 is, this will just be the first example, all arms and no spine. So we find this a lot. Sometimes that is the way it starts because a lot of these first few lessons are going to be single-handed, but I want you to work on, like here, I'm keeping this arm still against my body, but I'm using that spinal engine, okay, as a system mechanic to get this all rolling, okay? I've already got myself worked through all of phase 1 lessons, pretty much. There's some bonuses I want to add, but I'm inside and working through the innovation phase and adding some free things right now to the school community. You'll see some new stuff there. But, so first one, all arms, no spine. This is all arms, no spine, okay? This, don't mind that, it's my watch. My dad's calling me. I'll get that in 1 second. Just stop that. This would be spine, no arms. I'm locked at my side. My spinal engine, me spiraling, is what's having this rope do the job, okay? That is number 1. Number 2, rolling too fast. So I've had some clients in person working with me, and they try to do things and progress way too fast, and then they're getting tangled up on the legs, potentially hitting themselves in the head. We want to avoid as much rope contact with other parts of the body as possible. The idea should be rope contacts the ground. That's about it, okay? That is about it. Next, incorrect rope length. Here's what I like to do. Step on that rope. That thing should come up right below your, if you're a gentleman, your pecs. Right at the bottom of the sternum here, okay? Ladies, we won't get too anatomical. Same idea, just think sternum. It's gonna be easiest, gentlemen, ladies, to think sternum. So at the bottom of that sternum, I have a little bone that kind of pops. You can just think if someone hits you, oh, right there, you're gonna knock the wind out of you. That's a good spot for your rope. If it's too long and you know how to tie, you can change the barrel knot, or quick little shaloop and pop it through, pull it, boom. If you need a little more after tying both sides, what you can do is loop it over, swoop it all the way around, and then pull it through, and that'll make you a nice, cool little figure 8 there, okay? Length of the rope, that's important, okay? Number 4, trying to progress too fast. Folks, this is not a rush. You'll hear me say it many times. You might see it in some of the text. Slow and consistent Building consistency, working slowly through all this is the key, okay? Take your time. You'll notice at some point, you'll read about the AIM framework. We adapt, we innovate, we master. I should have did that the other way. Adapt, innovate, master. We have to build a foundation. You just read about that, okay? So don't go too fast. I know it's cool to see some of these moves and you're like, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. Like, that's the thing that I want to do the most. Well, it just took me, I made a post about this, 6 months to master the one move that I was like so looking forward to trying to get, because I knew I had to progress through the other intricate things because they have small details that translate later to these bigger moves, okay? It's like all training. 5, the cardinal laws. Understanding. North is whichever way you're facing. South, directly behind you. East is to your right, and west is to your left. Okay? Yes, I said that correctly. So if I think I'm standing in the middle of the United States, or whatever country you're in, sorry, United States works for me, maybe, hopefully, a lot of my people. I'd love to be helping people in the United States. I'm not opposed to helping people in other countries, but getting these people in the United States moving and more active and healthier from the ground up and from the brain down. Anyway, north, so we're looking towards the top of the map, all those northern states, all the way over, or straight north if you're in the center, probably Wisconsin or Minnesota, Michigan, who knows, one of those, right? Straight south, we'll just go big dog, Texas, right? To our east, I'm from Pennsylvania. I live in North Carolina now. We'll go straight east to the coast, the Outer Banks in North Carolina, okay? And then left, west, don't focus on which way I'm pointing on camera because it may be backwards. Straight west, the biggest joint out there, California, okay? Cardinal directions. Do not forget the cardinal directions. Start thinking about that. Think about it as you are, working on these other steps, 1 through 4 and 5, okay? And next will be number 6, not listening to the rope, okay? One of the people that I follow and have learned a lot from, Mr. Tim Shafe, Tim's Gym, his brand is called The Way of the Rope, because ultimately when we're doing these things, we have got to follow the rope. The rope will tell us so much, okay? Try and get in tune with your body. Let your brain work a lot. What we're going to be doing in the first phase, once we get through these 7 days, once you get into the first part of that adaptation phase, which if you're still watching this, before you go there, I need you to go, right when you open up this app, community, you can write something. Make sure it's listed under general discussion and say what you're most excited for going into that adaptation phase, okay? Please, would love that. I need to get people chatting it up in here, okay? So, listen to the rope. The rope will guide you, especially early on, as you're still making a lot of these new connections between brain and hands and body and everything, okay? And lastly, 7, number 7, not using visual feedback, okay? I didn't even think much about this until I actually was getting down my new move, my favorite move, the underhand alternating sneak, okay? Watching myself in the camera like this was so beneficial. Standing out back of my house, at my sliding glass door and seeing myself, standing in my driveway looking into my garage gym and seeing that mirror, huge benefit. Like just being able to see what you're trying to be able to do and learn is a huge, huge benefit. So as you hear something and think about it, like let's just we'll go back to this little underhand, single hand movement here. When you're looking at the camera, this should not be crossing my face or midline, okay? No matter what, whether I'm all arm, no body, right? All arm, no spine, I should say, or whether I'm spiraling with the spine, letting that engine ignite. This rope is staying in a line all the way around. It is not crossing my face or midline. That is a huge, huge thing that I see. I've noticed it with some in-person people. Just really, their wrists aren't loosened up yet. Their spine is not moving. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully it'll stay on for a second. So, okay, we just see a lot of that rope getting loose and crossing the face or coming behind the back, and that's where we get into one of those other steps that we mentioned of the 7, and that rope will smack the legs, the feet, sometimes come up and bop you in the head. We don't want any of that, okay? So, work on those 7. I'm gonna cut this before my phone malfunctions again. Thank you so much for being here. Work on these. If you get through it faster than 7 days and you feel very confident with that comment I asked about, say so, and then give some rationale why. And then we look to see more from you throughout your time here inside System Mechanics. Greatly appreciate you. Have a great 7 days.